A French businessman has pitched a proposal to government to build a plant that will recycle the thousands of tires discarded in Barbados every month. Xavier Ross, managing director of World Change Barbados Incorporated, says the plant would also reduce the likelihood of future tire fires at the mangrove landfill. In a recent interview with CBC, he said it would feature new technology to extract oil-based products and heavy fuel from the tires. Mr. Ross also said it should cost about $3 million to set up and about 6 months to build.
It helps the environment. It helps the currency situation in the country. It reduces the quantity going to mangrove, and it creates jobs. Now, the way we look at the plant is to have a organic growth in the sense that we have units that can treat so many tons. One unit can treat about 200 tons to 250 tons in a month. So at the moment you would only need one unit. But that's if we only do the tires. If we do other plastics, then you need another unit.
Mr. Ross says the proposal was sent to government in April, and they recently responded to indicate more time is needed for a comprehensive review. He also says while government may be concerned that it may conflict with the proposed waste-to-energy plant, it can actually complement it by generating heavy fuel or diesel that the plant can use.
These are the main components when you break down tires or most of the plastic, except plastic bottles, which is a different chemical setup that is not suitable for that. But all the other plastic, like the heavier bottles, like your washing up liquid, your shampoo bottle, which are made of high density polyethylene rather than PET, like your water bottles or your Coke bottles, you can extract fuel from there. The plant that we want to put together will be able to handle all the other plastics to do also oil extraction.
While Barbados boasts a number of positive factors in terms of its infrastructure, it still remains dependent on external factors to thrive economically. This assessment from Jason Julian, General Manager of First Citizens Investment Group, who made the comments at the group's Market Outlook panel discussion at the Frank Cullimore Hall. The discussion is an annual event used to educate citizens about economic happenings locally, regionally and internationally in a simplified forum. Mr. Julian used a World Cup football analogy with the England team to help make his point.
Right now, the Brits have to find a way out of their group, not just by winning their next game, but also by relying on what happens to other players in the group. You might ask yourself what this has to do with Barbados, but it has a lot to do. It has a lot to do on many different levels. If you think about our own context right here in Barbados, we have a very talented resource pool. We have certain things that we are in control of in terms of our own destiny, but we have a lot of things we have to rely on other people for.
Meanwhile, Mr. Julian also observed that the Barbados economy continues to lag behind the rest of the region in terms of growth.
But when we look at the Barbadian economy compared to the rest of the Caribbean as a whole, the reality is we're lagging behind at this point in time. And that's not a surprise, right? I think we have once been way ahead of the pack, and I think given the circumstances that have unfolded, we now find ourselves lagging on certain fronts. So if you look at a couple of statistics, you have a situation where the average growth rate for Barbados is expected to be 0.6%, and when you look at the Caribbean as a whole, on average, it exceeds that. So compared to our peer group, we are behind.
Here's a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.